Well, this is something I've been looking forward to for quite some time now. I mentioned here in studio with me, Nick Calandra, CEO of Hearts for the Homeless, one of the newest advertising partners and sponsors here of the Breakfast Blend and of the pregame, both time slots here on WDCX. It's been so much fun, Nick, partnering with you guys so far, seeing what God is doing through the ministry and everything that's to come down the line, which is what we're going to be talking about today. How you doing, Nick?
Good, man. Good to see you again. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's fun actually being able to do this face-to-face, in
love
person.
the in-person, man.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you taking the time to be here. And again, God is doing some really, really cool things. We set the stage a couple of weeks ago with some of the programs and arms of the ministry that you guys have at Hearts. But I just want to give you a chance before we get into the big news of today to kind of reset the stage. Who are you guys? Who is Hearts? What's the heart behind Hearts for the Homeless?
Yeah.
And what's the vision for the future?
Well, since 1990, we've been operating in Buffalo and Western New York, and people may know us for our mobile soup kitchen, one of our longest-standing programs that goes back to 1990 and continues to this day, where we go downtown to serve the homeless at the downtown library. An extension of that program has now been serving the homeless in shelters that are within the city of Buffalo and providing meals to those shelters as well. So that arm of the ministry has grown quite a bit to serve more and more folks. We have our food pantry, Hearts Harvest Food Pantry on Tonawanda Street at our campus where our thrift store is, and then our donation bins. So folks have probably seen around town the red clothing donation bins at their church or different businesses and community centers throughout Western New York and Central New York. Those donation bins play a big role in helping us fund the different parts of the ministry and the outreach that we're doing. And, you know, the heart behind Hearts, I love how you said that. You know, he really gets to the heart of the matter, if you would, is we're out there wanting to love our brothers and sisters, serve them when they're in need with food, but nourish them spiritually. We want to see where they're at in life and see if we can go on a faith journey with them and really introduce them to Christ through our actions and using food as that bridge and that gateway to start that conversation. Because more than food, our ministry is about relationship ministry. The food meets that physical need, the clothing meets that physical need, but the people that we're out there serving, it's the friendship, it's the relationship, it's being able to minister to them, and then also our staff and volunteers being impacted by the people they're ministering to. Those lives are being changed as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I love how you said that kind of the gateway, the starting point, the connecting point is the food and it is the clothing. But ultimately, that's just beginning to form a relationship where there's trust there.
Yes.
Where these men and women who maybe, have seen better days, they desperately don't need a hand out. They need a hand up.
Yeah.
And you guys have an opportunity at Hearts to present the gospel, to show the love of Jesus, and to tell them that they don't have to continue living this way. There's hope.
Through word and deed, through both,
Amen.
And that is the ultimate hand up, is to share that message.
Amen. And it's so cool to see, as I said, what God has done through the ministry since 1990 and all the ways that it has evolved and changed to meet the needs of the community, which is where we're at today. And Nick, you guys on social media a couple weeks ago announced a big new arm of the ministry. This is so exciting, and I just want to give you a chance to share the news.
Worked with our partners at Feed More of Western New York and others in the community to see where the need is and take the food pantry to people in a mobile way that also allows client choice, which is where folks get to shop and pick their own groceries. So the Hearts Food Pantry Express going into neighborhoods outside the city is a super exciting moment for us to expand our serving the community past the city of Buffalo. Our donation bins are all throughout Western New York and Central New York, but our programs have largely been based right in the city of Buffalo. And taking this mobile vehicle out of the city limits is something that's super exciting for us. We're thrilled that God has led us there, and then also resource that's been coming in since the announcement has been amazing. It's just been really just exciting to get the word out there and to share with the community what the Food Pantry Express is going to mean to Western New York. And we've targeted two areas initially that we want to be serving, the Kenmore area and the Cleveland Hill neighborhood in Western New York. We've already received messages of, are you going to bring this to other areas from people in the community. So the need is certainly there, and we're excited to be able to reach into the community through the support of members of the community to do that, because we can't do it on our own.
Sure.
So we need folks to be able to get involved with us. But to share the news with your listeners that we have a new program starting at Hearts, the Food Pantry Express. Really excited about this opportunity to share all what it's about.
Yeah, and I love that it's going to be mobile. There's need. The question is who's going to meet that need, and now you guys have wheels to be able to go wherever that need happens to be. But this is coming in the fall of 2022, so we're coming up to it. And if somebody's listening today and they just have a heart to serve and to love on people, how can we get involved as listeners, Nick, as the Church of Western New York? How can we get behind what Hearts is doing here with the mobile food pantry?
Well, the listeners have been hearing about the page that we have with you. So heartsforthehomeless.org/WDCX. And on that page, you'll find other information about Hearts and how you can get involved. On our website, you can also navigate to the Food Pantry Express tab, and that will take folks to learn all about the program. It has all the details of what our intentions are with it, sponsors that we already have. So we're super excited that we have Cisco Foods as a diamond level sponsor. They've donated $30,000 already towards this project to make this become a reality. And since launching with our donors a couple of weeks ago, and in our social media campaign, we've filled one of our 2 other slots on sponsorship for $10,000. So we're on our way, but there's still a lot that we need from the community to make this happen. So folks can donate financially on the website. We also are going to be in need of volunteers. So you can sign up to volunteer with one of our existing programs, or if this is where you feel called to volunteer, we want to get your information now. So we're building a list of people that can help this program, because it's going to be largely volunteer-based when it's going out into the community. It's going 4 hours each week into the different neighborhoods that we're going to. And so it's going to take a lot of volunteer support to make that happen, because that's 52 weeks a year. It's not one time. This isn't like an event-based. This is an ongoing. And as we see if the need evolves and we need to move it, like you said, that's the beauty of it being mobile and on wheels, that we can do that. And then we need the listeners to pray for the project and to pray for the people that we're going to be serving. Because the project is underway. We have our timeline. We have our goals set out, but there's still funding that we need to receive. There's still volunteers that we need to come and have get on board with us for this. And so praying for the program and for the successful launch of this, and then praying for the individuals that we are going to serve, and that their lives will be touched, and they'll not only be nourished physically, but they'll be nourished spiritually, and that they can experience the love of Christ through this program in these towns.
Well, that is certainly the prayer, and we will continue praying for that, Nick, and for you guys, as the fall of 22 is coming quickly, and we know that it's going to be here before we even know it.
With snow yesterday, it's hard to believe that.
Yeah,
but it's coming, right?
Don't even say that, man. Come on. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. Don't bum me out like that. But hopefully, the sunshine is coming soon.
That's it.
And so please prayerfully consider getting involved, whether, like Nick said, through donating, through volunteering, or through praying. Every person makes a huge difference in a project like this.
And then sharing the word, right?
Of
like
course.
Passing the message along to others. So listeners, as you hear about this, share this at your church with other members on maybe the missions team, share with just friends and family, about this program that we're getting up and running, and then reach out to us that way about, you can go on the Facebook page, share the post, all of that makes such a difference.
Absolutely. And there's so much more to talk about, Nick. I look forward to having you back in the future. Who knows what's going to be happening then, what new arm of the ministry you guys are going to have up and running, but this is super exciting, and we will be in touch.
Thanks for having me in today.